In this video, we'll be taking a look at one NHL game happening on May 22nd, 2023, and providing you with a free team pick and total pick for this game. So 2 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this one NHL game after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Carolina Hurricanes versus Florida Panthers. The Carolina Hurricanes faced the Florida Panthers in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. The Hurricanes battled in the first 2 games but lost them both in overtime and are down 2 games as they head on the road. The Panthers stole both Game 1 and Game 2 in overtime, and with a 2-0 series lead, look to close out things at home. The Hurricanes look to come back in the series, while the Panthers hope to take a commanding 3-0 series lead, and Game 3 should be a good one. The Carolina Hurricanes lost Games 1 and 2 at home in overtime, and they are in big trouble heading into this game. Carolina played very well in regulation in the first 2 games in the series, but they could only manage to score 3 goals against Bobrovsky. Carolina recorded 38 shots on goal and went 0-3 on the power play in the Game 2 loss. Sebastian Aho has led the Hurricanes this postseason with 5 goals, 7 assists, and 32 shots on goal, while Seth Jarvis has added 5 goals, 5 assists, and 33 shots. The starting goalie for Carolina has not been announced yet, but Frederik Andersen and Antti Raanta have been very good this year. Andersen started Game 1 and Raanta started Game 2 of this series. The Florida Panthers will look to take a commanding 3-0 series lead in this game, and they will have the home ice advantage. Florida was able to win both games in Carolina, despite being outshot in both games. Florida has played very well defensively, and they have had great goaltending by Bobrovsky. Florida recorded 26 shots on goal and went 1-3 on the power play in Game 2. Matthew Tkachuk has led the Panthers this postseason with 7 goals, 11 assists, and 42 shots, while Carter Verhaeghe has added 6 goals, 8 assists, and 37 shots on goal. Sergei Bobrovsky is 9-2 this postseason with a 2.32 goals against average and a .931 save percentage for Florida. Carolina is 50-24 in their last 74 games overall and 1-11 in their last 12 conference finals games, while the over is 5-1 in their last 6 road games. Florida is 73-34 in their last 107 home games and 9-1 in their last 10 games overall, while the under is 6-0 in their last 6 games following a win. The Panthers just look unstoppable. With their Game 2 win on Saturday, they have now won 9 of their last 10 games. Does it seem improbable that they go up 3-0 on the Hurricanes after starting the series in Carolina? Entering the series, yes, it would have felt improbable. But now, the Panthers have given bettors and fans, in general, no reason to jump off the train now. Florida has not blown away their opponents, but they just find a way. With wins in the first 2 games of this series, the Panthers now have 7 wins in their last 9 games against the Hurricanes dating back to April 2021. Florida has had Carolina's number specifically over the years, which was reinforced last week. The Hurricanes really needed at least a split at home. They have not been a very good road team in the playoffs over the last couple of seasons. Last postseason, the Hurricanes were 0-6 on the road. They have been better in these playoffs with a 3-2 record on the road so far, but with just a +1 goal differential. While Carolina has been better on the road already than last postseason, being on the road still is an area of vulnerability for this team. The Panthers are simply been the better team of the 2 in the first 2 games of this series, and frankly, the goaltending for the Panthers has been nothing short of spectacular in this postseason. Carolina's a solid team, but the Panthers just feel like a team of destiny. Florida won Games 1 and 2 in overtime on the road. The Panthers now have a 2-0 series lead and will play the next 2 games in the series at home. Sergei Bobrovsky has been sharp in the playoffs. Bobrovsky has allowed 2 goals or less in 7 straight playoff games. Carolina is struggling to do anything on offense. The Panthers have been hot in the playoffs, winning 3 straight games and 9 of their last 10 playoff games. The first 2 games went to overtime, making it easy to think that the Hurricanes can win the upcoming game on the road. However, the Panthers have controlled this series and look to step up and control this game on their home ice. The Panthers should pile on the goals with Matthew Tkachuk, Alexander Barkov, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating open shots with great puck movement. net. The Panthers, who have allowed only 3 goals in the series, should limit the Hurricanes' offense with Brandon Montour, Gustav Forsling, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Sergei Bobrovsky to step up and make plenty of big saves. The Panthers have all the momentum after winning both road games in overtime against the Canes. The Panthers will do the unthinkable here and to take the 3-0 series lead with a victory here. So the Florida Panthers money line is our full game side pick. Typically, when a series enters its 12th period of play, they are likely starting the 3rd period of Game 4 or somewhere around there. This Eastern Conference Final will play its 12th period beginning Game 3. Granted, Game 2 seconds overtime lasted less than 2 minutes. No less, there have been 9 intermissions as these players have packed a ton of hockey into just 2 games thus far. In what would otherwise be more than 3 full games to this point, there have only been a total of 8 goals scored. That is an average of less than a goal scored per period. It doesn't take a mathematician to realize that would bring a regulation game total of less than 3 goals. Just expecting water to find its level, the totals will not stay this low. But for now, a total of 5.5 has not been in jeopardy for these teams. After a high-scoring series against the Bruins, the Panthers have just shut the door. Entering the postseason, their goal prevention metrics were below the NHL league average, but they have dialed in goal prevention since beating Boston. With that, their game totals have gone low as they have not lit up the scoreboard either. Florida has been winning low-scoring games. Sergei Bobrovsky has been sharp in the playoffs. Bobrovsky has allowed 2 goals or less in 7 straight playoff games. Carolina is struggling to do anything on offense. The Hurricanes scored 2 goals in Game 1 and 1 goal in Game 2. Florida has struggled a bit on offense in this series as well. They scored 3 goals in Game 1 and 2 goals in Game 2. The under hit in Games 1 and 2 of this playoff series. Both defenses have dominated this series, and Game 3 should reflect that with both defensive units controlling this game from the opening puck drop. The Hurricanes, who have only allowed 5 goals in the series, should limit the Panthers' offense with Brett Burns, Jakob Slavin, and the rest of the defensive unit creating turnovers in the defensive zone and limiting shots on the net, allowing goaltender Frederik Andersen to make plenty of easy saves. The Panthers look to build off a game where they only allowed 1 goal and eliminate the Hurricanes' offense. With Brandon Montour, Gustav Forsling, Aaron Ekblad, and the rest of the defensive unit forcing turnovers in the neutral zone and defensive zone while Sergei Bobrovsky blanks the shots on the net. This will be a low-scoring game controlled by both defenses. Even if the Hurricanes find a way to pull this one out, there is no indication it would be a shootout. Goal prevention has been the primary strength of the Hurricanes throughout the regular season and postseason. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.